An unseen moment from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 14 just revealed more to the story in Kyle Richards' long-standing assertion that her friendship with Paul P.K. Kemsley didn't go beyond an occasional exchange of memes and jokes. During the rhobh reunion Part 2, Dorit Kemsley revealed to host Andy Cohen that she had actually been feeling more openness and honesty from Kyle. Until, of course, the whole PK text message heard round the 90,210. As the diamond holders took turns all season debating the propriety of her text amid PK and Dorit's ongoing separation, Kyle downplayed the extent of their communication. However, in a previously unaired Season 14 scene with Erica Jane shown during the reunion, Kyle claimed, "I did not blindside her with, the right opportune moment about stuff with PK," before admitting, PK tells me a lot of stuff." Kyle Richards defends her texts to PK Kemsley. During the rhobh Season 14 reunion, Kyle took the opportunity to defend herself, highlighting that the timing of her much-discussed message was right after Dorit and PK announced their separation via Instagram in May 2024. That text to PK was not a random text on a Wednesday. "By the way, I'm thinking about you," Kyle explained. "It was only because of the separation. Other than that, we really don't communicate like that." As for why she didn't give Dorit a heads up that she texted her estranged husband, Kyle told her rhobh castmate, "You and I weren't speaking, and then I did text you, and you never responded to it. I saw your announcement for your separation, and I texted both of you. Period." Regardless, Kyle said she absolutely understood why someone might find her message to PK inappropriate, particularly the line that she has never repeated anything he's ever shared with her. However, she doubled down that she was simply referring to rhobh production, nothing more. When the Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen host asked how she would feel if she saw Dorit send a similar text to her estranged husband, Mauricio Umansky, self-proclaimed girl's girl, Kyle responded, "I understand. That would bother me. I would think the same thing. I'm just telling you my intention wasn't bad." Does Kyle Richards still text PK Kemsley? After Kyle confessed that she had previously discussed her and Dorit's friendship with PK, once when he attended a party for Mauricio's real estate brokerage, the agency at their home, she revealed that their communication had since died down. When Andy asked if Kyle has texted PK since her infamous post-separation message of support, she revealed that she last contacted him when his and Dorit's son, Jagger Kemsley, was hospitalized in October 2024. Does it bother you that she texted PK when Jagger was in the hospital? The WWHL host followed up, to which Dorit replied, "It bothers me that she believes she's got this friendship with PK where he holds her secrets, because guess what? He tells me every single thing, Kyle. So I know when you call him. I know when you text him. And do you know how much I have bitten my tongue?" Still, Kyle doubled down that PK didn't tell her any secrets, taking blame for her words being misinterpreted. "That's on me, not on him," she added. "I don't want you to think we have that. I just said that." Are Kyle Richards and Dorit Kemsley still friends today? Elsewhere during that rhobh reunion, which was filmed on February 28, Andy asked where Kyle and Dorit's friendship might go from there. "All I know is that you're important enough to me to want to put that aside, to not hold on to it, and to move forward, and to get to a better place so we can be there to support each other, because we need all the support we can get right now," Kyle told her, "and I do love you a lot." In response, Dorit conceded, "Well, that makes me happy. But I would love to get together, just you and I, no cameras, no girls, no Andy, no none of these people, nothing, and actually sit down and see where we are. Is it still there?" When Andy asked who makes the first move on that, Kyle volunteered, "I'm happy to," before addressing Dorit directly. And I apologize for any way that I have hurt you, and I can see where things would look weird. I understand that, I get that, and I really do apologize for that. Dorrit had the final word, replying, I couldn't ask for anything more. A new look at Kyle Richards and Dorrit Kemsley's friendship, rhobh Season 14. Glitter and grit behind the gates. In the world of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, friendships are forged in diamonds and tested in drama. Over the years, we've seen friendships rise, fall, and phoenix their way back in a whirlwind of cocktails, couture, and confessions. But none have held the unique blend of warmth, rivalry, and emotional depth quite like the bond between Kyle Richards and Dorrit Kemsley. Season 14, filmed amidst Beverly Hills' ever-sunny skies and shadowed by rumors, shifting alliances, and deeply personal transformations, offered a chapter of their friendship unlike any before. What viewers witnessed on screen told one story, but as the reunion revealed, especially in its unaired scenes, the real story lived somewhere between truth and perception. Unspoken distances. By the time filming began in late 2023, Kyle Richards and Dorrit Kemsley had already grown distant. It wasn't the dramatic fallout type of separation that usually plays out on rhobh with screaming matches over champagne. It was quieter, colder, missed texts, polite smiles, the kind of space that fills itself in with assumptions. Kyle had been navigating her own public separation from Mauricio Umansky, a journey layered in speculation, tabloid obsession, and late-night DMs from concerned fans. Dorrit, too, was on shaky ground. Her relationship with PK, long a bedrock of her identity on the show, had entered a new, publicly scrutinized phase. They announced their separation in May 2024, shocking both fans and castmates. And in the eye of this emotional hurricane, a single text would become the lightning rod. The message that shook the 90,210. It wasn't even a long message. Kyle had sent it to PK in May, shortly after the announcement of his and Dorrit's separation. It was meant as a gesture of support. Thinking of you. You've got a lot of strength. Don't forget that, it read, ending with a controversial line, I haven't told anyone what you shared. When it came up during part 2 of the reunion, the air in the room thickened like fog rolling over Mulholland Drive. The cast collectively leaned forward, eyes ping-ponging between Dorrit, PK, and Kyle. Andy Cohen, ever the conductor of chaos and catharsis, steered the ship with a single question. Do you think the message was inappropriate? Dorrit took a breath, visibly torn between her loyalty to her longtime friend and her growing unease over blurred boundaries. I felt open to Kyle again, she admitted, but that text, it made me pause. A moment between friends. A previously unaired scene shown mid-reunion gave a new lens into Kyle's intent. Sitting beside Erika Jayne, her expression stripped of glam and guardedness, Kyle explained. I didn't send that message to stir anything up. PK had opened up to me, not about anything personal with Dorrit, but about production, about feeling overwhelmed. I wasn't hiding it. Erika, not one to hold back, pressed her. But you do get why Dorrit might see it as a betrayal. Kyle nodded. Of course, especially with that line. But when I said what you shared, I didn't mean private stuff. I meant things like his concerns about how he was being portrayed, feeling targeted. The scene painted a more empathetic portrait of Kyle. She wasn't plotting. She wasn't being duplicitous. She was being human, in a world where humanity is often masked by camera angles and story arcs. The reunion reckoning. Back on the reunion couch, Kyle turned to Dorrit with a vulnerability that silenced the room. I wasn't talking to you then, she said, but I should have been. I should have reached out to you, not just PK. I get now why that line felt like a secret. It wasn't, but I understand. Dorrit, her voice softer than usual, replied, What hurt me wasn't just the text. It was feeling like you were there for him when I needed you. And it was the timing. We'd just gone public with the separation. I was raw. Kyle's voice cracked slightly. I'm sorry for that. I truly am. And if the roles were reversed, if you texted Mauricio, yeah, I'd be hurt too. The silence that followed wasn't uncomfortable, it was healing. A history of sisterhood. To understand the weight of the moment, one has to look back. Kyle and Dorrit weren't just fellow housewives. They were confidants, travelers, mothers who bonded over parenting woes, spouses in the spotlight, and women who'd survived the pressure cooker of fame together. From their early seasons banter over accents and fashion, to the nights spent dancing in Aspen and arguing in Palm Springs, their dynamic had always been fiery, but rooted in something real. This wasn't a friendship made for TV. It was one shaped by it, perhaps, but forged in fire. That's why the text cut so deep. Because underneath the mascara and mix were two women who, once upon a time, shared secrets under the stars and whispered worries in limos after long shoots. The kids always know. In October 2024, Jagger Kemsley, Dorrit and PK's son, had a brief health scare that landed him in the hospital. The moment wasn't captured on camera, but Kyle's response was. She reached out, not just to PK, but to Dorrit. A genuine message, stripped of layers, simply checking in. I care about your family, she told Dorrit during the reunion. That's all I've ever tried to say. Dorrit's eyes welled, and she didn't blink them away.